Hello everybody, we are Team 23 and we are building Code Kata, a typing game for learning web development. This is our mid-sprint update. These are the prototypes that our team came up with at the beginning of our sprint.
We used architecture decision records to document key choices like vanilla.js for simplicity and an src doc iframe to isolate user code from the parent page. Each ADR was written before implementation, so the team understands each decision. We used a total of 12 ADRs so far. The challenge is you can't plan for everything, and as we got deeper into development, new issues came up that we didn't anticipate, and some ADRs were too vague and others had to be written mid-development when gaps appeared. And here are the wireframes for our end screen, game screen, and landing page.
In terms of team health, we have had coordination and attendance issues when it comes to stand-ups and just our team having a shared understanding of the entire product, but we've still made significant progress. Moving forward, we'll make the changes to fix these issues.
When it comes to our implementation of Agile, we've been using GitHub projects. The work is broken down into the user stories and the actual tasks. And we're using GitHub issues for that with standardized templates. All work happens on these feature branches that we've labeled depending on the type of feature that's being added or changed. And when people make pull requests, they are to be reviewed and branches are protected, so they have to pass our quality control. So when the PR gets added, it runs a GitHub Actions pipeline, which we will talk about. And the documentation, obviously we're using ADRs and we're talking with our TA about dependencies. For our testing and deployment pipelines, for testing, the main pipeline is that we open a PR, it's linked, unit testing, HTML and CSS validation, and then we do a human review, and then it can merge.
So some of the pros of using AI is that it helps us speed up the process, such as that it helps us draft meeting summaries and just speed up the debugging process in general. Some of the cons is that unreviewed AI-generated code can be dangerous if it's pushed to the main branch, and if we're over-reliance on it as well can disrupt our learning process. Something that we're looking forward to is to create more levels. We'll make sure not to focus on creating just a bunch of levels, but we want to make sure there's a nice variety of them. And as for game difficulty, we want to create more levels that change how much code and difficulty of the code users will have to write. And for mobile snippet modes, we want to allow mobile users to just type snippets so that they don't have to worry about symbol characters. And as for themes, we want users to personalize the themes that they use to make the game feel like their own.